Marie here, and we are going to talk about focusing today. So I want to share with you my favorite technique of all different things I've tried. This is my favorite one. It's one I've been doing for a good few years now, and it works. And so this is really for you if you are, like me, creative, maybe entrepreneurial, maybe not, but multi-passionate, right? You're adventurous and you're ambitious and you want to do lots of things. And sometimes when we're in that energy, we have all these ideas, inspired downloads, amazing impulses and things to action on. And then when we actually come down to focus, we can be pulled in all different directions. And so one of the reasons for that, I'll share the tool, the technique in a second, but one of the reasons for that is understand that we're living in this world. I can't separate these conversations out anymore. I notice even when I'm giving a practical tip, because we're in this world right now of shifting consciousness. And of course, I'm pretty sure that you'll have noticed that the world has sped up, and especially with social media, we're getting more speedy impulses. We're getting more like short bursts. So notice even we've gone from live streams and videos to reels, which are very quick, short bursts of information. People are being primed and prepped very deliberately and strategically by those trying to manipulate humanity into, short bursts of like focus. So what it means is a lot of people are now losing this muscle of actual real focus, and we need the real focus to actually go into our creations and to really bring them into this world. And this is what I'm really here for, to help and guide you to do the same. And I'm walking that path. So let's just be aware that we're in this world where we're being pulled from all these different places. We have ads in the middle of videos, we have things interrupting us, we have notifications coming in, we have emails pinging, we have a lot of stuff going on. So just sort of see yourself in the middle with all these things. So when you come down to focus, so don't give yourself a hard time, right, if this is you, but sometimes when we come and sit and we're trying to focus on a task, you might find now, after many, many years of this priming, we've all got different tendencies and personality types and wiring in us as well, but you might find that you do have sometimes difficulty in focusing. And I found myself noticing this in myself as well, which is why I live by this technique I'm going to share with you now. You may have even tried it yourself, but it's like we want to just ensure that we are, first of all, aware. We've got to be aware, I think, of these things happening, because once I'm aware of it, I'm very like rebellious and defiant. It's like, I know what's being done here and I will not stand for it and I won't fall for it. So once we know that this is happening, okay, these are things that are designed to pull us out of our soul, right? Soul path, our soul alignment, things that are designed to yank us up out of our own consciousness into some, I'm going to just say it, fake influencer over here, bullshit celebrity over there, like stuff that's distorting like true spirituality, things that are pulling us out of anything that is authentic and real and deep. So with that in mind, let's just, even as you're watching this video, just make a decision and intention, because this is part of it, of just bringing it all back into yourself right now, making a decision to start tapping into some of your deep focus now, because I know that it means a lot to us, right? And we've got tasks and things we want to really do. We want to create these things, but we've got to be able to focus and ground them in, especially if you're, you are that kind of person who has that spiritual divine connection. Sometimes you might even find that it's hard to ground and be in your body. So this is my technique. You might have come across this before, but I definitely encourage you to try it, even if you've tried it before, is literally use a timer. So there is a name for this technique. I always forget what it's called. So it's known, there's like a book, probably books written about this, and it's got studies and reasons as to why this works. But it's basically just get your timer, and let's say you've got like lots of different things that you want to do. You just pick one like task or activity. So let's say I'm going to use my book right over there. I created my book last year, and I was procrastinating like anything, and I had to get myself focused. So at the initial stage, when I was kind of unfocused and I wasn't sitting in the chair to actually do it and I was looking at things everywhere, I applied this because I know that this works. So literally just get your timer out, or on your phone or on your device, whatever, and literally set it for 25 minutes. 25 minutes, there's like studies and things behind this, but it's not even half an hour, it's less than. So there's something in us that can really recognize 25 minutes is a nice chunk of time. It's enough to get into something, especially if you've got procrastination going on around the thing. And it's not too long and we can focus. So what I tend to do now is I just hit my alarm. I make sure at that beginning, I am literally not on my phone. I'm not kind of I haven't got notifications popping up. In fact, I set that up already. I don't have notifications, for example, on Facebook. I go into Facebook when I want to see what's happening. I go into Instagram or YouTube when I want to see what's happening. I don't have notifications pop off because they just distract me. They take me out of focus. They interrupt my flow. I'm not available for any of that. So I recommend that. So when we set the timer, we're just going, right, 25 minutes dedicated to this task right here, right now, and we just focus on it. And what that will do, even if you find it a little bit difficult, you'll start to build the muscle. So just look at it as the same as if you were going to the gym or doing some sort of exercise class. You might be a bit rusty at the beginning. It might feel a bit hard at the beginning. And then when you keep repeating, you start to develop this muscle. And this is the muscle, I don't have the scientific words for it, but this is the muscle that's being eroded a lot with our social media setup, the way that they've deliberately designed and created it to cut through this focus muscle that we have. So there's a very deliberate thing going on there. So when we can build it up, it means we can focus on something, and you'll be surprised what you can create in 25 minutes. So that's the sort of technique I use, but I also let that ripple out into my life. So what I do is I always use pockets of time. I'm really good at, actually can create quite a lot, but I don't work all day every day. Like I just don't. I have lots of time. I have lots of time to rest, play, daydream. It's part of my energy type. I need that. I'm an innovator, creative, visionary person. So the sort of flow time for me is as equally as important as the production and the creation. And I find that when I'm super focused, I can create a lot in a very short space of time. And I know that you can as well. So what you can do is just use pockets of time. Like I'll do this. If I'm cooking, and maybe I'm maybe like preparing some food in the evening and I'm still sort of dabbling with something I'm doing, say up here in the office, I'll run down and maybe something will be on the oven and I'm cooking something and I know that it's got 20 minutes or something to cook. I'll run up here and then I'll just go, right, in this 20 minutes, what can I get done, right? Not in a pushy way, but like in a very focused, productive way, and it uses less energy. So we can get a lot done in little pockets of time. But definitely I encourage you, if you struggle with this, try this 25 minutes, set the timer. You will not allow yourself to bring in any excuses then, because you'll just hear and use it on things you even don't like doing. Like let's say I've got admin stuff that is just part of the business. There's lots of admin-y things that I don't enjoy, has to be done. The timer goes on. I even set music sometimes to that. If it's like, okay, I just want to focus on this task, but I just need some music in the background to make it a bit more fun, a bit more light, not so boring and dull. I'll do that. Other times it will be total silence, complete focus, switching off everything. So have a play with that. Let me know how you find that. Let me know how you feel. If you have any questions about focus or productivity, pop them below and I can do more videos on this subject because I do love this subject. But I do feel like there are a lot of different ways that we can tap into as spiritual, creative, like purpose-driven souls that we are, right? That want to create big things in the world, but also we don't want to do it in the conventional way that's causing burnout and exhaustion, because this is a long road. We want to be here for the long game, right? And we don't want to be like fiddling out in a very short space of time. So this is why I'm really into this subject, because I did do the burnout and it was not pleasant and I don't recommend it. So let me know how that feels for you, and I wish you a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you again in the next video. All right, bye for now.